Hi, this is Lisa Aquilina, campaign manager to elect Kathy Charles as business manager in June. Kathy's here to discuss issues facing the often ignored clerical and support teams. Kathy will not back down. Kathy?
Hi, thank you for listening. This is Kathy Charles, and I'm a candidate for business manager of Local 1269. For a lot of years now, I have watched a lot of my friends in the clerical and support department lose their jobs to outsourcing and surplusing. Over the years, I have thought much about what could be done to prevent the loss of jobs. While the current leadership has bargained a very good severance package into our contracts that does provide very well for our members who do lose their jobs through outsourcing, what do they do to prevent the loss of these jobs? That's the issue I want to address. I've recently read a lot of studies about outsourcing. I've talked to a lot of different people who are involved in labor relations about the very subject of outsourcing. And not many people think about preventing this. I would like to take a proactive stance on preventing the loss of these jobs. One study that I can cite for you is a study done based on former New York Mayor Bloomberg. He approached the citizens about outsourcing the city school bus service, and he told them that it would save them about $23 million per year if they outsource these jobs. While the New York City Transit Union, they did not take that lying down. What they did was they commissioned an economist to do a major in-depth study on the real effects of outsourcing and the real costs of outsourcing. Does it save money for the company, or does it actually cost money for the companies in the long run? Well, it turns out through this study, while Mayor Bloomberg was touting that this would save the city $23 million a year, the study actually laid out in detailed facts that over a 4-year period, outsourcing these jobs was actually going to cost the city about $243 million. That is significant, a significant difference. The same thing, I believe, can be done with the companies we face now. Let's take Cerberus. Cerberus, who owns YP Holdings, has come in the past 2 years and they've outsourced hundreds of our clerical and support jobs. Our union just requires 60 or 90 days notification before the outsource, and then they go ahead and outsource. As business manager, I would take a more proactive approach to that. I would like to commission such a study for our clerical and support team. I would like to be able to show Cerberus, and more importantly, their high-powered investors, what it actually costs the company and the investors when these jobs are outsourced. That would provide a lot of leverage. I would be able to approach Cerberus. If they ignored this study, I then would use my contacts to contact their high-powered investors and let them know how irresponsible it is for these people to not only outsource these jobs out of the country, but to waste and risk the loss of their high-powered investment dollars. That's what talks. That's the only thing that talks nowadays. Another thing that I've been concerned about is on May 13th, I attended a local union meeting in San Francisco. At that meeting, Karen Gowdy, our current president and now candidate for business manager, announced that the executive board seat in what is known as Group 3, which is a seat for a clerical and support member to represent the clerical and support teams, is being eliminated. So not only does this current leadership not do anything to prevent the loss of your jobs, they don't even respect you enough to keep your seat on the executive board. This is a major problem. I want to address that. The executive board seats are identified in the Local 1269 bylaws. Karen Gowdy and Peter Pusateri and Stephen Guthrie and the other current executive board officers have unilaterally decided to replace that seat on the executive board to eliminate your representation within our union. They cannot do that unless you allow them to. It is against the IBEW Constitution to make any unilateral bylaw changes. Karen Gowdy does not have that power to do that, yet she is just going to try to slip it by you. You need to think about that. You need to think about Karen Gowdy and Phil Hanley have been part of the problem all these years. These problems are going to continue if this membership decides to elect either one of them as business manager. They will not be representing you. They have proven that over the past 10 years. Both of them have been in positions where they could have effected changes. They could have put a stop to Peter Pusateri. They could have put more attention and more resources into preventing the loss of our clerical and support jobs. They chose not to. You need to be mindful of that when you vote. Thank you. I appreciate your attention. I would like to invite all members to address any questions they have to me at cleanslate1269@gmail.com. I would like to invite anybody to do a webinar such as this with me where I will candidly address any questions you have. Or if you prefer to talk to me privately, go ahead and send me an email and I will call you and discuss this privately with you. This is a very important election in our local. Please consider carefully. Thank you.